how hard do you want to be taxed? That's what I'd like to talk about today. Just how much would you like to be taxed? Because we have to establish these norms going forward, because we're already taxed insanely. If we go to a cashless society, you'll be taxed even harder. That's kind of the whole thing. I don't want to go down a conspiratorial road with all this stuff. I really don't. A cashless society will just mean you're permeable. They will know every single thing you do with your money. Which, oh well, then they already know. No, they don't. They don't know everything you do with your money. But if you do go in for the cashless society, that will be the end of anonymity. That will be the end of it. Completely. Like, completely. If it comes to that. So you think, well, they know where I got the money out. They don't know where you spent it. If it's physical, well, they have my phone record. Yeah. They can almost pinpoint it, but you have to be aware of, well, if you're doing nothing wrong, you got nothing to worry about. Yeah, I get that whole argument, but just be aware. Just be aware. I don't know all the ins and outs of like economic policy or anything like that, but you just have to be aware of the idea of never having any anonymity. None. So everything you do with your money is tracked. They know who it came from, who it went to, and it's all for the purpose of taxation. Just gonna tax you. Tax. It's not just purely for surveillance. They're gonna tax your ass. They're gonna tax your dollar that's already been taxed 10 times before it gets to your pocket. You pay somebody, it gets taxed. They pay you, if it's for income, it gets taxed. You gotta watch out for these ideas that seem reasonable, like, well, of course, if a business does this, and this, they should get taxed. Yeah, but what if you sell like a lawnmower on Facebook Marketplace? Should you get taxed for that? $50 for a lawnmower? Okay. Yeah, just tax that too. So that money that you spent on a lawnmower, that gets taxed. The money that Home Depot spent to the manufacturer, that gets taxed. Do you see how deep the rabbit hole really goes with all this stuff? It's not a one-time thing, unfortunately. Everything that can be tracked will be taxed. That's the basic argument against a cashless society. Cash still has anonymity, it has movement, it is accepted everywhere. Once you go to cashless, all of those advantages for the consumer are over. They're destroyed. This has already been said 100 times on YouTube at least. I'm just now realizing it for myself, like how negative it could be if we went away from something like a cash society, which we're already moving that way, but everyone's reached a plausible point where the card is so convenient that it makes sense, but you still have the option of cash. One day, the option will be removed. That's what we want to avoid. That's what I think we all in American society should want to avoid, is the option. We want the convenience of the card, but not the option to be removed for cash. Actual cash. And you can say, well, cash can be counterfeited. Well, you don't think they're printing money anyway? Come on now. It's all fiat. It's all just paper anyway. It's all numbers on a screen. I'm not an economist, but I know that certain things don't add up. But I know that paper bills, if they can be verified, that is much better than just cards and that kind of thing. Short of like going back to a gold standard or a silver standard or some kind of hard currency, I don't see any other way other than keeping a cash standard. with cards the way we have it now, the way it was in the 90s when it was still sane, when there was still sanity around here. You know what I mean? I want to hear your guys' thoughts below. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.